Boom. There we go. All right, guys. So today we're going to be talking about PPW week, which starts here in just a few days. So next week is the World Series of our company. It is the biggest week of the entire year. Presidential Performance Week is what next week is. It is the biggest trade more of the first 2 quarters. And this is a reason why Q2 is always one of the best quarters in the company, is because this 1 week really can change your entire year. It can change your month. It can actually change your entire career here, just having one big monster week. And that's exactly what this week coming up is for. I am super duper excited about next week. And I'm going to share you guys some tips on how to have a big week for next week. So first thing first, I want to cover this for about 1 minute real quick, because we talked about this a lot yesterday in our agency owner meeting here in Dallas, the career track. There's a lot of new agents on this call. You need to understand this career track very aggressively, and just know that after a big PPW week next week, your goal should get at least a raise somewhere on the career track. Okay, there's sales professionals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's field director levels. Your goal next week is to go up 1 level on the career track. So I'm going to just kind of go over a few of the basic metrics on here. Everybody starts off at a 30% contract, but whenever you sell $25,000 premium, you get your first raise. So if you have not gotten your first raise yet, make sure that you hit that by the end of next week, and you will be at a 35% in 1 contract. It also has a life insurance hierarchy. So if you have your life license, it has the percent commission for your life license as well. Guys, check this out. To go from a 35-1 to a 40-2, there's 2 ways you can get promoted to that level. And we talked about this a lot yesterday. You can sell $50,000 in premium to get to that next raise, or you could train 1 person to quick start. See where it says on the screen, 1 TQS. That means train to quick start. So if you train somebody to quick start where they get their $1,000 quick start bonus, you actually get promoted to 40-2 just like that. So I was hearing from some other agency owners where they've had several of their new agents coming in here and just dominate day 1. And they're field training, their 3rd and their 4th week. They're training other people to quick start. They get promoted up to 40-2, just like that. So we're going to start doing that. So if you're on fire starting off, you have the opportunity to do that and help other people train a quick start. And then if you actually want to get up to a 45% contract, there's 2 ways you can get there. You could either sell $150,000 in premium, which that's going to take you some time to do that. Selling $150,000 premium, that could take you 6 months. That may take you a full first year. Kind of depends on how much you sell. Or you could train 3 people to quick start and just automatically get to $150,000 premium. Now, just on the flip side, the only people that are allowing to train other people are people selling at a high level. So if you're not currently selling at a high level, you're not going to be doing any training, right? So you do have to be selling at a high level in order for us to actually allow you to do any training here. But yeah, so make sure that you guys are protecting families at a very high level so you can field train some other agents and get them protected. So that's a couple things, guys, about the career track you just have to know. It's not just sales that you can move up the career track. It is training other agents. They are putting a big emphasis on that right now. So making sure that you show people by the book on how to do the job the right way. So guys, this is a part. So we're going to shift over to getting yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally prepared for next week. So this is, like I said, going to be the biggest week that we've ever had for Davenport agencies and Schneider agencies. Look at your goals for next week and make sure that you do everything in your power right now to mentally prepare yourself for next week, and really shoot for something big. Right now, shoot to have your best week in something, whether that's hours, demos, or premium. We'll be sending out an email a little bit later of each person's best week so far in premium from the start of 2020 up until now. So their best week of GAP, also the most demos they've done in a week, and hours. My goal is to work the most hours I've worked this year, and also to do 40 demos. I know if I do 40 demos myself next week and work the most hours, I'm going to have a pretty solid week, right? I don't know exactly where it's going to put me premium wise, but it's going to be pretty solid. So making sure that you have a very set goal for yourself And it doesn't have to be premium. It could be controllables, okay? But make sure that you have something that you're shooting for. So first things first, so get your pen and paper out. Make sure you take notes on this, guys. How to mentally prepare yourself for next week. So here's point number 1. Listen to Sharpening the Saw, episode 6. It's by Justin Ellington. Do yourself a favor. I've already listened to it once this week. I'll listen to it probably 2 more times between now and Monday. It's mandatory that you listen to that before next week. Okay? Sharpening the Saw, episode 6. Just go to SoundCloud. I'll probably email the link out to you guys over the next couple of days to my personal agency. So you can just click on it, listen to it, but make sure you listen to it and take notes. Okay? Point number 2. Know exactly where you're starting Monday morning. You know exactly where you're starting. Now, you don't have to have the first 100 businesses lined up, but have at least 25 places lined up that you're going to go see. Whether you've been in those businesses or not, just make sure that you have your list ready to rock and roll before the 8 a.m. meeting starts. So attend that meeting with your game face on. You already have your list of people that you're going to go see. Okay, next point. Charge your battery this weekend. Okay, this may mean different things for different people. So whenever I say charge your battery, charge your brain this weekend. Okay, this may be, taking a hike this weekend, running, just reading for a few hours, spending lots of time with your family, get lots of sleep, have some alone time, whatever it is. Go take a hike in the woods. Whatever gets you focused and recharged, make sure that you take that time this weekend. This weekend is very important for how you start and attack the week for next week. Okay. Next point. Before Monday at 8 a.m., turn off your social media. Okay. You don't have to delete the entire account, but delete the app for the week. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, social media that you currently have. If you think getting on it in the middle of the day is going to add value to your business, it will not. It kills your momentum. So turn off your social media for this 1 week. We don't ask you to do this every week, just this 1 week. That way you can get on track and get focused on what you should be focusing on for the week. Okay. Next point, visualizing right now a massive week for yourself. Visualizing yourself overcoming obstacles, gaining momentum, and just making things happen. Not waiting for things to happen, making things happen. Visualizing yourself protecting 3, 4, 5, 6 families per day. Visualizing yourself walking into businesses before 8 a.m. Visualizing yourself walking out of customers' homes and businesses at 9 o'clock at night. Visualizing yourself doing that right now is huge for the business. And knowing that next week, you don't have to do any of this, but you choose to because you run your own company. You're the CEO of your own agency right now. So really taking ownership mentality, and that you're choosing to invest a lot of time in your business next week because that's exactly what your business needs right now. Your business needs you to be at your best next week for it to be successful, for it to take off the way that you want it to go. That way you can hit your goals for Q2 and for the year and for your career here. Okay? Write down, what are you working for next week? Where's a couple things that you're working for? Why are you working for them? They could be, individual things, or it can be for your family, a person. Why are you working for them or for that? What are you going to do for them? What are you going to do next week for them? So like I said earlier, be prepared to break one of your personal records for next week. It doesn't have to be in premium. It can be in contacts, hours, demos, but just set a world record for yourself for next week, a personal record for next week of something. Have a 40 demo countdown for next week. 30 demos is for normal weeks. Next week, PPW, it's 40 demos or more. Okay, there's 2 weeks out of the year that we ask you to do this. Next week is one of them. You don't have to. You're choosing to. having that mindset. Another point, two last points to really prepare yourself mentally for next week. One thing is organizing your referrals and all the businesses that you have that you've already been to or follow-ups at. Organizing every single thing that you have, your referral notebook, your follow-up business cards, whatever it is, put them in your sales rabbit. Spend a few hours this weekend just really organizing your week, plotting your week out, plotting out your Monday and your Tuesday, just making sure that you're overloading the front part of your week with tons of people to go see. It just gets you in the mindset, gets you in the zone. Okay. One last point on getting yourself mentally prepared is just knowing right now that Monday and Tuesday, Monday, Monster Monday, and a huge Tuesday, activity-wise, is going to be the most important days of next week is Monday and Tuesday. Okay. It all starts with Monday and Tuesday. It really doesn't matter the exact amount of premium that you sell on Monday and Tuesday, but if you go have a ton of activity, you're going to write lots of premium on Monday and Tuesday. But just know that you're going to put forth more activity on Monday and Tuesday than you have in a very long time. You're going to be smiling in businesses. You had the best possible first impression that you can have ever next week. The absolute best version of yourself next week. And on Monday and Tuesday, you are attacking the week. You're not going to stumble into the week. You're going to attack the week strong. So that is the first part of how to mentally prepare your week for next week. So let's go to the next part, how to actually physically prepare yourself and your body for next week. It's going to be a grind next week. It's going to be, 60, 70, 75 hours of work next week. So there's a couple of things physically that we can do to make sure that we can last that long and make sure that we stay fully efficient for the entire week. So the first thing is meal prep for next week, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? Okay. Meal prep, grab yourself a lunchbox, healthy food. Okay. Don't eat fast food next week. If you want to have a big sales week, don't eat fast food. It will make you sleep. Okay. Eat light during the day. Lots of small things, right? Apples, nuts, protein bars, drink lots of coffee, water, tons of water. Keep your brain sharp. Really, the only meal I'm going to be having next week that's actually like an actual meal is going to be dinner. I'm going to go ahead and meal prep that for myself this Sunday as well. So make sure that you just meal prep your week. It saves you a lot of time. Your office is going to be your car this week, right? That's where you're going to be eating your meals, not sitting down in restaurants, taking that time in your car. Clean your car. This is point number 2. Clean your car this weekend. Make sure your car is as clean as it's ever been right now, because this is your office. You don't want to start the week with that baggage from all the extra trash that's been piling up, or extra brochures are flying everywhere in the back of your car. Yes, cards scattered everywhere. Clean and organize your car this week. It is a fresh start. It is your office. Okay. Point number 3, work out this weekend. Make yourself sweat this weekend. Okay. Clears your brain. Mental clarity is important in this business. It's not just about eating healthy, but also getting in the zone. And whether it's just taking a hike or taking a walk or running 5 miles, whatever it is, work out this weekend. Clear your head. That is very important. Stack up on all your supplies that you need. Get extra brochures, extra business cards, making sure that your sales book is clean, neat, and just very well organized. You have all the new business cards at the very front of your business card section, right? Have all the hot business cards that you've been working with lately that you're really excited, the big power names, making sure that those business cards are on the front of your book. That way you can show people these are the businesses that we're working with. Just organizing your sales book is huge. Organizing your Facebook fan page, right? Spend a few minutes, making sure that you're making an album of your powers names list, or just the kind of businesses, the kind of industry that you're working with. You can actually make albums on your Facebook fan page. Spending time doing that. If you don't have a Facebook fan page, do it now. Okay, do it this weekend before the week starts. Put all your pictures on there. Organize it. Has people's names on there. Last thing, sorry, a couple last things, but dress sharp next week. Okay, next week, look the part. Look the part like you're the CEO of your own company. I'm going to be dressed up all next week. I'm going to be wearing a sports blazer the entire time. Clean cut. I'm getting my hair cut this weekend. I'll be shaving every single day. Okay, just making sure that we are looking in our professional prime next week. Okay, because this is presidential performance week, guys. This is, you are the president of your own company. You want to look like it too. Okay. One last thing, I'm just physically preparing, just knowing that you'll be doing the 5-minute rule next week. Just go ahead. That's kind of like a mental preparation as well, but making sure that next week you abide by the 5-minute rule. So the 5-minute rule is just making sure that there is not 5 minutes that go by that you're not talking to somebody. So if you leave a business, whether it's a customer or no, you'll be talking to somebody, even if it's at a gas station. I don't care, about 5 minutes don't go by that you're not talking to somebody about what we do. That's probably the most important thing I'm actually talking about. If you just abide by that one thing on this call, just a 5-minute rule, that's the only thing you actually use what I'm talking about right now for next week, you're gonna have an awesome week. If you just go 5 minutes, no longer than that to go talk to somebody about our policies. Okay, so let's cover the last point here. This is emotionally, just how to emotionally prepare yourself for next week. Okay, so the first thing, and this is huge, is just making sure that your family, your entire family, knows that you'll be working overtime next week. You'll be putting in 60, 70 hours. You'll be working on Saturday. Okay, making sure that they know that, and that you get all the things that you have to do this weekend out of the way. Okay, next week is all about income producing activities all day long, making sure that there's no, little things that can come up into your schedule that can get you off track. Making sure that your whole family knows that next week is business week. Okay, it's almost like a boot camp mentality. Like next week is boot camp for a company. We're supposed to perform. Okay, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be super worth it at the end. And you want to have that feeling next week of just relief and just knowing that you did your best, just going ahead and just being excited about that long-term feeling. Just like after a game, if you're playing sports, an awesome game, just that feeling of just winning, that's probably the best feeling. You can't really put a price on that. And just really visualizing yourself having that feeling at the end of the week. It's going to be so worth it, but it's not going to be easy. Just like anything in life, whether it's business or personal, it's not easy, but it's worth it. Okay. Emotionally, tell yourself you are working this Saturday. Okay. People do it. Everybody else in the company is doing it. So can you. Okay. This is just what we do. We don't ask you to work every single Saturday. There's really 2 Saturdays of the year that we ask you to work, and that's this week coming up. And then also for Founders Week, which will be in November. But that's it. This is because you're a business owner. This is payday Saturday. So make sure that you just have time on Saturday kind of set aside for that. Okay. How to emotionally prepare yourself for next week. One thing that can emotionally prepare yourself is just setting up lots of appointments today and tomorrow for next week. Overloading your week with appointments. It's exciting, something to look forward to. And guys, there are so many ways you can set up appointments. You can go into new businesses. You can reservice. If you've been here for 6 months or longer, you have a list of customers. Okay, you can either stop by and tell them you're going to go see them next week and their new employees, or you can make a quick call and tell them you're going to do that. It doesn't matter, but making sure that you spend time setting appointments with your customers over the phone, or stopping by and just telling them that you're going to do a re-enrollment with them next week. Do that today and tomorrow. And I don't care if you've been here for 3 months. You can do a re-enrollment with somebody that you sold last month. Okay, it doesn't matter, right? You don't have to be here very long to start reservicing your clients, but making sure that you have a few appointments already set up for next week. Okay. Another point of how to emotionally prepare yourself for next week is self-talk starts now. Just what are you saying to yourself in between businesses? It gives you confidence. Say it out loud. Speak it into existence. Think big, talk big, act big. So think big of, just really thinking about what's your best day so far? What's the best day what's the most amount of premium you've ever written in a day? Times that by 5. That's thinking big. If your best day is 5,000 of premium, you're capable of writing 25,000 of premium next week. That's thinking big. You've done it once, you can do it again. Talking big. If I've done it before, I can do it again. You're really having that attitude, having that confidence, and acting big. It's just knowing that you're going to do everything that scares you immediately. All the shoulds turns into must next week. because by doing that, you will be the absolute best version of yourself all week long. And also knowing this, some people on the call will have a very fast start. Some people will be riding greenouts on Monday, eagles on Monday. If you don't, that's okay. Like we said at the very start of the call, 1 slow day, 2 or 3, even 4 slow days in a week can't break your week, but literally 1 good day can totally make your week. Okay. So just make sure that if you don't have a super fast start Monday, Tuesday, don't beat yourself up. Okay. The activity is what matters the most. Leave it all out on the field. Have no regrets for next week. Just see what you're truly made of. Don't worry about everybody else's situation, right? Worry about your personal situation. What is your best? Are you truly going to be doing your best next week? Truly. And if you want to have an accountability partner next week, that's great. You know, call somebody up. Hey man, let's talk next week. I'm going to call you whenever I'm driving out to my territory every single day. Just so you know, it's going to be about 7 a.m., 7:15 a.m. But are you cool with that? Get an accountability partner that will emotionally prepare you for next week. Okay. Now let's shift gears. Let's say you have a very strong start to the week. Let's say that you crush it on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This is important. Make sure you reset your week on Thursday and start over from 0. So if you are already sitting at an eagle 15 or 20,000, come Thursday morning, the end of the day on Wednesday, you reset your week as if you're starting on 0 again and create a new goal. So if you already break your goal in the first 3 days, which is great, set up a new goal for Thursday, Friday, Saturday of next week. Okay. That way you don't become complacent. You're the best version of yourself for 6 days, not just 3 days. Which is great whenever that happens, because that kind of raises your expectation. It kind of breaks through those next level belief barriers. Okay. And just know, guys, you know, we're in the legacy group division, and very proud to be in that. So we have those conference calls on Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. And you're going to be hearing some crazy good news on there. Making sure that you know, I want to share your name on those good news calls. So let's make sure that we have lots of good news to share, because it is going to be fun hearing the good news that we have for next week through our legacy group. So super pumped, guys. Making sure that we win the week. If you guys want to get some last minute motivation to kind of wrap this call up, I would say this. There's another Sharpening the Saw episode, obviously episode 6 with Justin Allington. There's one more with our original CEO, our founder, Howard Lewis. It's episode 10. If you haven't heard it already, listen to it. It's a must. It is another great, just, you know, keeps you grounded. And I will listen to that as well this weekend, episode 10 by Howard Lewis on Sharpening the Saw. That is great, guys. And just the stories that he shares on there is awesome. You guys just know that next week, you know, there's a lot of things. Like if we protect 200 families as a group, let's say that actually we have the potential between Schneider and Davenport agencies, because we're a lot bigger now than we were even, you know, 6 months ago. We can protect 300 to 400 families. So if we protect, let's just use, say, 200, just for simple math, but 33% of Americans will get diagnosed with cancer. So like if you have, well, let's say that we have 300 customers between our group, 300 customers, 33% of that right at 100. That means 100 customers next week that we protect will be using our policies at some point in their life, right? So if we have 300 customers, if we have 150 customers between Schneider and 150 in Davenport agencies, 100 of those people will be calling you at some point. Guys, I have people call me all the time from 5, 6, 7 years ago that are using our policies right now. Okay, you may be here for a year or two before you get that first call from a cancer claim, but you will be getting it, right? So next week, guys, we're going to protect more families than we've ever protected. We're going to feel great about it. It is awesome what we do. There's not many careers out there that you can have a big impact, but also make really good money, right? We have the impact, you know, that you can really make a big deal in the community that you're in. People think about you, like whenever you leave them, like they're like, man, that guy's his energy, enthusiasm, like it can change their attitude for themselves and for their family within a 20-minute conversation of you. You really do change people's lives. And also, you can make a great income doing it at the same time. So just know that the most people that you impact next week, you're also going to make a better income next week as well. And it's going to be fun, guys. It starts today. So just make sure, guys, listen to what we've taken notes on today with mentally preparing yourself for next week, physically and emotionally. Write down circle at least one thing in each of those categories that you're going to focus on for next week. Just you don't have to circle all, just circle one thing in each of those different categories and make sure let's implement it today and just start that habit. That way on Monday, we're already zoned into our habits, right? So making sure that we go ahead and just start doing those things right now. And that way we can have a great week for next week, guys. So this is awesome. There will be no 8 a.m. Zoom call tomorrow. There will be the recruiting rally call at 10 a.m. from corporate. So make sure that you hop on that as well. They always have great guest speakers on there. If you have any field recruits in the pipeline, making sure that they're on there. Guys, this is huge. So let's go lead from the front next week. Yeah, let's go have a great Thursday. Let's finish the week strong, guys. Be out there today. Set up some great enrollments for next week. And let's go get some families protected. And I will see you guys here soon. Let's go have a great day.